Good morning and Jai Hind students. Now, today we shall focus on the topic division of labor in the society. Now, in his book Division of Labor in Society, Emile Durkheim, he has now focused on the nature of focused on the society and its nature of evolution from primitive to the modern. Understand? Now, as we have seen that in the Karl Marx evolutionary theory, or in his evolution of the society, now the different phases of society the Karl Marx had described. Understand? So now, on the other hand, the Emile Durkheim, he had now explained from the society and in a evolutionary manner from primitive to the modern age. Understand? Or now this under this he had to explain the society and its nature. Understand? What is the nature of the society? And he classified by the nature of social solidarity. Now he had classified the society, understand, as on the basis of the nature of social solidarity. Social solidarity which existed in the society. According to him, a social solidarity exists in the society in the different period of the time and different point of time. A certain kind of social solidarity exists in the society. This solidarity exists, a different social solidarity exists in the primitive age, a different social solidarity exists in the modern age. So the society, we know that its nature is ever changing, ever evolutionaries. Understand? That's why he had now tried to classify this social solidarity and the social system in the two parts. One part he had now devoted to the primitives group, and second he had now devoted, he just studied and classified in the part of the modern age. Understand? So now here he had Emile Durkheim, he classified the society, or he argued two types of the society. First, mechanical solidarity or the organic solidarity. The social system and the nature of society and the social solidarity had the two nature and the two characteristics. Primitive society had its social solidarity or its different characteristics, that is called as a mechanical solidarity. The modern society had its own characteristics and the own features, that which Emile Durkheim which called as a organic solidarity. So on these 2 points, as students, we shall discuss about the Emile Durkheim. And now he argued that while the primitive, let's see, the mechanical solidarity of the society, it means that this mentions and this relates to the primitive society, to the early society, to the very primitive society, and now this is the organized according this a primitive society is organized according to the mechanical solidarity. Mechanical or modern society is organized according to the organic solidarity. Understand? The students, here we say I am going to focus one by one on the mechanical solidarity and the organic solidarity. So first of all, let's discuss here about the mechanical solidarity of the society Here the mechanical solidity is the founded on the first of things, primitive society. Imagine what kind of the primitive society may be. No development, very primitive is, understand, or primitive is. And here mechanical solidity is founded on the similarity of its individual members. In mechanical society, means the primitive society, individuals are of the similar. This society is organized on the similarity of its individual. All individuals are similar members and is found society with a small population or primitive society. In the primitive society we find the small population, a small amount of population we find it. Now in the modern society we find the huge amount of the population, understand. But in the primitive days population was very scarce, understand. So we see that here in the primitive society population is very limited, very small, understand, and people are individuals members are the similarity. Most of the similarity one can find in the primitive ways. And moreover students, now the find society is small, or it typically involves the collection of different self-sufficient. Now here we see that this is the self-sufficient society, because in the primitive days people had no soul, so large extent needs. Now, we have the huge needs. We have become the human being have become the bundle of the needs and requirements. But during the primitive age, there were no too many needs the people had. Only the people had the basic needs. Understand? Or these basic needs they were the self-sufficient groups. Whatever their little requirements were, they had. Understand? Or they could now fulfill their needs within their groups, within their social solidarity groups, within their small groups, whatever they had a little needs, understand, that needs could be they could now fulfill, or that is why each person within a particular group or these people were self-sufficient because they had no two needs. Today we are the bundle of the needs, understand, requirements, but those people had no needs. Their life was very spontaneous, very tranquil, and having a very little needs. Whatever they had, they devoured, and whatever, and they spent the life. Very little needs. So for their needs, they were now they could fulfill themselves. Understand? Or the people have their in this they functions engaged in the similar activities, and the function all were engaged in the similar kind of the activities, whether the hunting, whether the gathering, or whether the agriculture. Understand? Similar kind of the in the work they were the engaged. Understand? Similar kind of and the solidity ties between peoples based on the similarity and personal relationship. Their ties were based on similarity. No uneven society was there. All were the similar and a similarity and personal, and they had the personal relationship. Very close society. This is called as the closed society. हम इसे कहते हैं. That is the known as the very close society. And solidity tie between the peoples are based on similarity, personal relationship, such as societies are not very tolerant or personal relationship. They had the very deep personal relationship, or face-to-face society was that, and the very close society, face-to-face society, very close, similarity, very little, very scarce populations, a small population. Understand? So they were the very closed, and it was in such a society. Understand? Even and individuals could not dare to violate the social rules and social norms and the rituals, because it was the norms and the community attracts, or if someone tries or anyone tried to violate the social norms and the violate the social rules, what happened? He was now harshly punished. He or she was harshly punished. Okay, because they had the big fear of the breaking away of their social groups, whatever the natural groups they had formed by the passage of the time. So they wanted to retain, they wanted to contain this kind of the social norms and the society, and the tolerant difference, violation of norms of the community attracts the harsh punishment. If somebody violates the community norms and the rules, he or she was the harshly punished. In other words, mechanical solitary, in other words, and so it designs to prevent deviation from the community norms. So it was this mechanical society solidity was designed in a such way that not a single individual, understand, there and could now leave the society or the violates the norms and rules of the small society, that close to close society. No individual could be the out of that society. Understand? All bear. All now nobody could dare, because it was a very close and very similar, based on the similarity, closeness, and self-sufficiency. Understand? So now nobody could and it could violate the rules of the society. And moreover, students, this was because the individuals and the community were so tightly, and this was because of that individuals and community was so tightly integrated, it was feared that any violations of the codes of conduct, it was the fear that any violation of the code of conduct, understand, code of conduct could result in the disintegration of the community. Why this community, the mechanical solidarity community and the social group was so much adamant, so much conscious of the social rules, and this community was so much anxious of the breaking of the social norms by an individual, because this could be an individual breaking away from the social groups, okay, could resulted into the complete breakdown of the society and scattered of that community. So that was the reason so the harsh punishments was laid down in case of the any violations in the mechanical solidarity groups. Understand? And moreover, students, next let's come to the organic solidarity. Let's imagine, students, you must keep in your mind, imagine, first of all, study. Imagination clears a lots of confusion. A lots of confusion already. If you imagine, now imagine the modern society where we are living. You are living in the modernity, in the modern society. So the modern society, it is based on what? It is based on the heterogeneity of its members. Heterogeneity, not the not the harmonious, not the closed society. Heterogeneity of its member. It is found in society with a large population, and in the organic solidarity society is very large. Now we are living in the cities and the towns. What the societies do we find? We find a very large society. People of the different parts of the country, they are living together in the towns. Understand? They are not so close. Cities having the population more so a small population or the scarce population, and now where the most social relations necessary have to be the in person, or this in the society or in the organic or the town society. Understand? In the modern society, what happens? The relations is now, most of the relation are impersonal, not the personal like the primitive society. Impersonal, based on the relations are completely based. Relations are formal, based on the profit and loss. Profit and loss being the commercial relation, we can say in the other words, only a commercial relation exists in the towns and the cities. No, the personal relation exists. But we have the profits from the others, the relation exists. No profits, no relation. That is the characteristics of the cities and the organic solidity of the life. Relations are impersonal, and moreover, or it is found in society with large population. One thing is that where most social relations necessarily have to be the such a society is based on institutions, and each of its constituent, groups or the units is not self-sufficient. Here there is a features of the town society that each and everyone, understand, everyone have to be the interdependent. Understand? They are the interdependent, not self-sufficient like the mechanical solidity or mechanical society. No, in the organic society, in the organic solidity, in modern society, what's happened? Everyone is interdependent. No one, and because in the towns, understand, everyone is dependent for the or the this, and in the towns, the peoples having a certain skills they live. Understand? Or unit is not self-sufficient, dependent on each other's groups for their survival. Everyone is dependent on the other groups for their survivals. There is an interdependence. Understand? Now there is no agriculture. There is no any. Okay, the one have to be the depend on the other for their survivals. This is the, although relations are not personal, but thus they are dependent. Everyone is dependent. Okay, each others, and interdependence is the essence of the organic society, or is organic solidity that the Emil Durkheim have described. This here is the one thing. Interdependence is the essence of the organic society. Interdependence. Every individual is dependent, or it celebrates individuals and allows for their need to be the different from each others. This celebrates individual and allows for them need to different from each others. They are interdependent for the fulfilling of their needs. Okay, and celebrates and recognizes their multiple roles and the organic ties, and every citizens or everyone in the organic solidity have the multiple role. Understand? And their multiple identities or in their organic ties. The laws of modern societies are restrictive in nature. One thing is that we have seen that the laws in the primitive society is the repressive law, very harsh law. Understand? But on the contrary, we see that the laws in the organic solidity society, laws is the restrictive. It is the relaxed law. Understand? Or it is not so repressive or the punitive as we find or as the law existed in this society. The organic society law is very not so repressive law. Understand? And this means in the modern society, law aims to repair. Law aims to to correct the wrong. Understand? Correct the wrong. Whatever the one makes the differences. One makes the any wrong. Someone does the wrong. Understand? So this is the corrected. This is the corrected. There is a scope for the correction in the organic society. A correction. Somebody makes the understand, or the law aims to repair correction or the wrong done by the criminal act. If somebody involves in the violation of the law. So here is a certain rooms is given for the correction. And by contrast, in the primitive societies, what happens? In the primitive societies, the law sought to punish wrongdoers and enforce a sort of collective revenge for their acts, or where a collective revenge for their act is taken, or the collective acts is done or the implemented on the wrongdoers. In the primitive society, a collectively the punishment is taken. Understand? But in the organic society, organic society, this is the relaxed law. There is the law is uniformly implemented upon all, and there is a room for the correction of their wrongdoers. In modern society, individual was given some autonomy. In modern society, we see that every individual has the autonomy, whereas in primitive society, the individual was totally submerged in a collectivity. Individual had to be the completely submerged into the collectivity. Completely have to be submerged in the community. But in the towns or where there is a organic society, organic solidarity, understand, where is a room for making the correction in case of the violation. Understand? So now students, we see that here is the two sides. One, primitives, what kind of the rules. Second, the towns or the modern society is the individuals with the similar goals come together voluntarily. In the modern society, what we see, the individuals having their common goal. If the many individuals have a common goal, they come together voluntarily. They come together to form a group or the association. The people having the similar goal, they come under the one banner, under the one banner, and form an institution or a association. Understand? Or as these are the groups oriented towards the specific goal, or these groups which are formed in the towns in organic solidarity, these groups are now heading towards a certain oriented goal to be achieved by the townspeople and by the cities people. Understand? Or modern people, they remain distinct from each others. One thing is that they remain distinct and different from each others, and don't seek to take over the entire life together, and they never seek to live entire life its member. Thus, individual have many different identities. So, the individual in such kind of the society, in the organic society, have the different identity, different forms, in a different context. One man living in the towns having the different forms. A teacher who is in the school is a teacher. A teacher who is the temples, who is the worshipper, believers, worshipper. A teacher who is carrying the flag of any political party. So he is a political activities there. So the one man have the multifacets, multi roles in the towns and the cities. But in primitive case, this is not so. Understand, in primitive group, man have not the different faces, but in our organic solidarity, in the towns and modern man have the different faces and multifacets. Individuals have the many different contexts. This enable individual to emerge from shadow of the community and the established the distinct identity in the terms of the function, or they form a distinct identity in the terms of the function they perform and role they play. Whatever the one man who is living in village, understand, belong to the village, where what is, he had a certain caste, He had the agricultures, and now understand belong to the community and the caste. But when he comes to the towns and the cities, understand, now he becomes a teacher, go to the identified as the teachers. He goes to the Sankat Mochan, now he is identified with the believers. He goes to the political or he is in the music concerts, where he is known as the musician. Now the different identity of person, understand, and for different identity of person in the towns and the cities. And now here the depend on the others, for since all the individuals in the cities and towns depend others for the fulfillments of the basic needs like the food, clothing, shelters and educations and other increasing. Impersonal rules and the regulations are required to govern social relation. Or the here the rules, all the people living in the towns and cities are ruled by the impersonal rules, because personalized relations can no longer be maintained in the large population. So here the personalized relations could not be maintained longer in the cities, so vast societies and vast population. So the one kind of the rules is implemented by the state and by the laws, where the division of labor in society provides a good preview of the Durkheim's enduring concerns. Scientific discipline with a distinct subject which can be the empirically now validated is the clearly now manifested in the way that discussed in the different types of the social solidarity as a social facts. These different social solidarity can be studied as the different social facts. His objective and the secular analysis of the social life. Now, although I have already mentioned he belonged to a religious family, but even then he tried to study the society and the social norms in a very secular form, in a very secular analysis he had done, which underlying the different types of the societies laid the foundation of the now sociology as the new science of the society. So he had tried to give the society and tried to study the society as a new science of the society. He had tried to now study. Understand? Now, students, today we perhaps the Emile Durkheim's we have finished. The next we shall study tomorrow about the Marx paper. Next thinkers, amongst the Western thinkers, we are studying. Amongst the Western thinkers, another thinkers, the very important thinker is the Marx paper. Or we shall see in the next class. Today, I suppose that the time is about to the up. The next class we shall understand. Thank you very much.